Hi, this is my review of Fangirl by Rowell. It's been out in the US for quite a while now. It was published in the UK last month with a slightly different cover. My book comes with bonus content inside, including illustrations of some of the characters and a little cartoon in the back, which you shouldn't read if you haven't read the book yet, because it's a bit of a spoiler. In case you don't know what this book is about, it follows Kath and her twin sister Ren as they go to university for the very first time. They've been sharing a bedroom and all of their clothes for their entire life, but now Ren has decided that she doesn't want to be roommates with Kath anymore, so Kath is gonna have to deal with this whole new world of university all on her own. And with a roommate she doesn't know. Kath is obsessed with these Simon Snow books. There's a 7-book series and they've been made into movies, and it becomes quite obvious within the first couple of pages that this is obviously the Harry Potter series. And Kath doesn't just love to read the Simon Snow books, she also writes fan fiction about 2 of the male characters, Simon and Baz. And she is quite famous in the fan fiction world. So she spends most of her time at university writing fan fiction and not really interacting with the world outside. But she also has to deal with her new roommate, Reagan, who seems to be quite confrontational and doesn't really understand Kath. And then you also have Levi, who's the boy who always hangs out with Reagan and is always around in their room. Kath is also taking a writing class and she's having problems when it comes to original writing versus fan fiction, and she has to deal with the fact that she's left her dad alone in the house and he doesn't always seem to be able to take care of himself properly. Now, it is safe to say that I absolutely adored this book. I already heard so many people talk about it and I was like, how good can it be? It is that good. It feels so real, so many parts of it. From the kind of romance aspect and the he texted me, how long should I wait to text him back? He touched my shoulder, what is happening? To the I'm afraid to go to the cafeteria or go visit a professor, so I'm just gonna walk through the building about 5 times before I do anything else. I can't believe that there's a book that has the word fan fiction on the back of it. In between chapters there are short excerpts from either some of the fan fiction written by Kath or some of the actual like Simon Snow books. Even though most times it seems really unrelated to the rest of the story, somehow it just fits in really well. I have to say I enjoyed the fan fiction parts a lot more than the actual bits from the Simon Snow books. And it's funny how I can identify with Kath and people who aren't familiar with fan fiction can kind of identify with the other characters that find it a bit strange. So there's kind of like a different angle for all kinds of readers. One thing that really bothered me is that at some point in the story they reference Harry Potter, and that reference just kind of breaks the entire idea that's been built up here that Simon Snow is actually the Harry Potter series. And I heard someone say this in a review before I'd read the book and I was like, well, it's not that big of a deal, but it really is when you're reading the book. One evening I stayed up until 3 AM and finished the second half and cried. There's so many things in it that are so familiar and it's just a wonderful book. I can only end this video by saying please go buy Fangirl and please read it. I will be encouraging everyone I meet to read this book. Also, I've mentioned this before, but the illustrations on the cover are by Gingerhaze. I will put a link to her Tumblr in the description because she is amazing. And next up I will definitely be reading Eleanor and Park. I hope you enjoyed this review. If you have read Fangirl, let me know in the comments what you thought of it. I will talk to you guys later. Doei!